Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to say everybody, huh? Okay.
You say whatever you want. It
I
doesn't
like to.
matter.
No, but it's my thing. It's my thing. Hello, everybody, and everyone in between. I am Levi.
Hold on. Your thing is ladies and gentlemen and everyone in
Oh.
between. If you're trying to keep your thing in check.
Whatever. We're gonna roll with it. Tell us what we're doing
You're
today.
Levi and I'm Howie. And this is the March of the Machine Aftermath tier list. Definitive 100% real tier list. We're going to go through the 21 legendary creatures that are brand new from this set. Go.
I'm ready for this. Seems like you are too. Okay, the very first one, we're going to do this in alphabetical order, is Arnie Metalbrow. He is 2 and a red. Whenever a creature you control attacks or a creature enters the battlefield under your control attacking, you may pay 1 and a red. If you do, you may put a creature card with mana value less than that creature's mana value from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. He lets you cheat some stuff out. Kinda, a little bit, sorta. Only
Yeah,
mono
I
red
mean,
things.
it's cheating stuff out. Well, if he's in the 99, he's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm sure there's some cool thing to do with him because notably, his trigger can trigger itself. So if you attack with something and then bring something down that's attacking, you can do another one and another one as long as you have mana and stuff that's cheaper than the last. So that's
Very
kind
true.
of cool. I'm sure you can do some cool stuff with that, but I don't know. He just seems all right. I don't think
Yeah.
he's bad. I would
Yeah.
say like C.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking C also.
Yeah, he's cool. I definitely like. He's not interesting enough for me to test him out, but I want to see someone do some cool stuff with him.
I could see someone kicking our butts with it, honestly.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Well, there's not a whole
So I
lot
don't
going
have
on with
much
him.
else to say about that guy.
Yeah, he's
He's a dude
cool.
with a metal brow,
And he's
stuff
simple, you
sticking out of
know?
his head.
He's pretty
Yeah.
simple. And honestly, a lot of the commanders in the set are kind of more on the simpler side, but that's okay. Anyway, let's get on to this. Oh,
Well, okay. I'm just gonna say I like a lot of them better in the 99, but we'll see what happens with
true.
Calyx, guided by fate, 1 green and a white for a legendary enchantment creature, human druid. He's a 2/2. Constellation. Whenever Calyx or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Whenever Calyx or an enchanted creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may create a token that's a copy of a non legendary enchantment you control. Do this only once each turn.
Is Constellation something that we've seen before? Like, why do they gotta
Yeah,
have a name to it? Oh, there is? Okay.
it's just like how Landfall is a land entering, Constellation is the same thing, but with enchantments.
Oh, okay.
It's just another keyword. It was in the last Theros set. It was in Commander 2018, whatever Tuvasa was from.
Okay. I just thought they were just giving out bullshit names to things randomly at this point, but that's what it
I mean,
seems like they're doing
yeah,
sometimes.
they did that, but like 7 years ago. Who knows?
Okay,
Okay, what
so
do you think about him?
another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control. You put a +1/+1 counter. That's fine. There are other cards that give you better value when an enchantment enters the battlefield. And then when you deal combat damage, you create a token of a non-legendary. That one's pretty cool. I think that one's pretty
Yes,
good.
I agree
That's a
because
good
yeah,
ability.
the first ability, it's
Kind of whatever.
like
It,
it's whatever. Like no one's gonna build into that, I don't think. But like you want 2 smothering tithes because that's really powerful.
two smothering
Two
tides.
two Cathar's
Two
Crusades.
Mirari's Wakes. Wait, I don't know. Never mind. That's legendary. I got a little ahead of myself.
Yeah, two you could do two Nyx Bloom Ancient. Make all your stuff tap for 9 times the amount of mana. And you do it again and it's like 27 times and it just gets crazy from there.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
pretty solid.
I
Uh,
think he's very
I'm gonna put
powerful. I
him.
would.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Hmm?
I'm gonna.
Hmm?
I don't want any bias. A B. What do you think?
I would say A, and I was almost. I mean, I can't think of every card in the set right now, but I think this is one of the better ones.
This might actually be a better one. We'll put it in A for now.
We'll put it in A for now. But also think about him in the 99 of. I mean, there's Bant enchantment decks out there like two Rhystic Studies or two Sylvan Libraries or two Mystic
True.
Remoras. There's a lot of
True.
cool stuff you can do.
Yeah, he's in there. We're judging this on a commander tier list. I would say. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know, man. You do whatever you want, dude.
we're we're
Let's
doing we're doing whatever we want
read
here.
Danitha.
Okay, Danitha for one. I'm sorry, Danitha New Benalia's Light. One a green and a white. Legendary creature, human knight. Vigilance, trample, lifelink. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an aura or enchantment spell from your graveyard. Voltron. You get some equipment from your graveyard. It's fun. It's not really fun, actually. It's cute. Um,
I don't know. I like it.
it's
It's a
good,
way
but
to get
it's
it's a way to get
boring.
enchantments and auras back. Yeah, I'd say C.
But you know what? You do have a point. These colors, well, it's white more so, kind of has like a slightly hard time getting those types of things out of the graveyard.
I mean, I like
Ish.
that it's built in. I wouldn't say they do. They can both recur it green and white.
Yeah, green and white can.
Yeah,
But like
but
an extra
I
thing in Selesnya doesn't always hurt.
nah. I say it's C. I agree with that. It's fine.
It's
It's fine.
fine. Cool. Just how fine this Jarina is.
Jarina, Dauntless General, white black. For a 2/2 legendary creature human soldier, when Jarina enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. You can sacrifice Jarina, and humans you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn.
Graveyard hate, and then it's just human tribal. Human tribal graveyard hate.
D. This is boring. It doesn't do anything. I don't really know how you even build around this. You can exile people's graveyards, yeah, but you don't build around that. And I, D. Let's move on.
Yeah, like
This this
she'd
is
go in the
this is
99. She'd
this
go
is
in the
one of
99.
the this is
Maybe.
not a card made to be a commander by any means.
Let's go on to Joel Rael, voice of Zalfir. I think I said that right.
I think you
Two
did.
green and a blue. Legendary creature, human druid. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to one target land you control becomes an XX green and blue bird creature with flying and haste until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. It's still a land. Whenever a land creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So, it's big hand matters, land matters type thing. Simicky, but also kind of neat, I think. I've always wanted to make a big hand deck work for me, and I feel like it's kind of hard. But this at least gives you like, hey, yeah, I got a big guy. He's as big as my hands. You know,
I have Shrek hands.
I think it's solid, but I also think it's C. What do you think?
I hate it.
All right, that
Honestly,
means we put it. That means we
I
put it C.
I don't like it at all. I just don't like that it's only at the beginning of combat, and the land is a creature until end of turn. Oh no, it stays a creature, right? It just gets haste until end
Yeah,
of turn. Okay, it's I still hate it. Like it's
yeah.
not bad. It's not bad. C's fine.
Yeah, I would say like
C's
I don't
fine.
think it's a D, but it's
No,
definitely not like a
no. I
B.
would I would have said D, but I read the card incorrectly.
Yeah, like if you're putting it in the same tier as freaking Jarina, you got something wrong with you. You need to go to the hospital.
I mean, I was about to take a trip to the hospital. Karn! Legacy Reforged. 5 mana. For a legendary artifact creature, Golem. He's a star. Karn's power and toughness are each equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. At the beginning of your upkeep, add colorless for each artifact you control. This mana can't be spent to cast non artifact spells. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, especially in colorless. Yeah, and then you get to do the whole mana banking thing. That's what it's called,
Yeah,
right? Mana
I mean,
banking.
yeah,
That's
until end of
always
turn.
pretty
Yeah.
solid.
So he's a Blink Moth Urn, I think it's called, but with a little more restricted in the
Okay.
command zone. We don't have a lot of colorless commanders in general. I mean, there's like it's 10, maybe, probably not even 10, around 10. This guy might be 10, who knows? But he's interesting. I like that he does the he can give you a lot of mana. I mean, colorless can ramp super quick with the rocks, and then you play this guy on like turn 3, and then next turn all of a sudden you got like 10 mana.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
got to be an
actually,
artifact deck. You can't play any Eldrazi's with his mana, which is fine because you don't always need to be a colorless Eldrazi deck. I think he's a solid B. He's very good. Nothing broken. I like him.
yeah. You basically summed it up. He's cool. Karn's always been the just one of those guys where I'm like, yeah, I see him at a party. I don't know if I'd talk to him necessarily, but I respect him.
Nah, nah. I would not approach.
Cool. Okay, let's get on to everyone's crush in the Magic community. I don't know where that came from. Kiora, Sovereign of the Deep. 3, a green and a blue. Vigilance, Ward 3. Whenever you cast a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent spell from your hand, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is that spell's mana value. You may cast a spell with mana value less than X from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. More cheating. Just cheating in the game.
She's a merfolk noble.
Oh yeah, I guess I failed to say that.
Nah,
This is
she's
just a
pretty cool.
big, like a make a big creature. It's a big creature deck. It's a stompy Simic deck,
Yeah,
commander.
I like one of my favorite things is cheating out spells. I mean, you play the next spell for free, and I think we might have a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, Serpent tribal deck already, but I feel like this whatever it is, it's forgettable because I don't know what it is, and this is better. I like it.
Yeah. And
I
in this meta, you got to be able to do some pretty good things when it's got a big when you have a stompy deck like this.
Yeah, I mean, I like her. She's cool. She's not super broken. I mean, I would be comfortable with like a B. I'd say like a B rating. She's pretty cool.
I feel you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a B. B for babe. Okay, sorry.
Nahiri, Forged in Fury. 4, a red and a white, 6 mana for a legendary creature, Core Artificer, 5/4. She has affinity for equipment, so she costs 1 less for each equipment you control. Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. You may cast equipment spells this way without paying their mana costs.
All right. I just gotta get this off my chest. I have never been much more of like of an equipment guy, in for these types of decks. I don't know, just not really my thing. So maybe I'm biased here, but there's so many like Boros equipment commanders at this point. Like
The spot is flooded.
the spot is flooded, and there are probably better ones than this. So it's hard to
Yeah.
really justify it, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I
I
mean,
don't play equipment decks though, so
you
don't.
can cheapen her mana cost, but she's already 6 mana, and you can play equipment for free, but honestly, most of the good equipment is very cheap. So you're not saving too much mana. Yes, you can save mana, but I just think that the the effort is not worth the reward. I think that if I built a Boros equipment deck, I would even have a hard time putting her in at all.
Yeah, no, I'd give her a D. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I would say probably top end of D. I guess like
Yeah,
it's she's fine.
I'm gonna.
She's not
There you
fine. She's bad, but like
go. Yeah.
she's better than Jor-El, which oh gosh, read the next one.
Narset, Enlightened Exile. For one blue, red, and white, creatures you control have prowess. Human monk, sorry. Whenever Narset Enlightened Exile attacks, exile target non creature, non land card with mana value less than Narset's power from a graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. It's a good card.
There's a
Pretty
lot of
solid.
ones in here that let you cast stuff without paying the mana cost, huh?
Yeah, now that I'm actually looking at it, it's there's a lot of cheating in
Yeah.
this one.
I like this.
This
I like this a lot. We
it's good.
just did a deck tech on it, so check that out if you haven't already.
Yeah, grow a few inches on your hair on your chest. I mean, grow a few hairs on your chest.
Okay.
It'll if you watch our
I
videos,
like
you'll become a man.
I
Anyway.
like every word on this card. Like it's a good card.
Yeah,
Giving everything
prowess
prowess is
and the
awesome.
fact
Mass
that
prowess is awesome.
prowess is a stackable ability too.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
that is just too cool.
Your stuff already
Uh
has prowess. That's awesome. If you get like a Sakashima out, you can everything has prowess. Prowess. It's cool.
yeah, pretty dang
And
nasty.
you emphasized it when you were reading the card, but you can cast a non-land, non-creature card from anybody's graveyard.
Yes.
So you can steal a Ristic Study if you blew it up earlier or anything. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
I
like it a
would
lot. I
because
would
like
say
if we're rating this in the vacuum of all these commanders, I think this deserves an S tier.
I think so too.
Yeah. Which we are.
You ready for the rat?
Nashi, who I just learned is female apparently. Leave a
Yeah.
comment if you knew that. If I cuz I didn't. I sure as heck didn't.
Yeah. Nashi, Moon's Legacy, black, green, and blue. 3 mana. For a rat shaman, 3/4, menace, and ward 1. Whenever Nashi attacks, exile up to one target legendary or rat card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy. You still gotta pay its mana cost.
Yeah, you still got to pay the mana cost, but you know, you can at least recur it from the graveyard again. That's pretty sick.
This is one of the first cards in here that doesn't feel super specialized. Like, you can go, it's not super flexible, but you could go rat tribal or legendary tribal. And I like that, or a mix of both.
Yeah, you got some legendary rats. You got some legendaries.
Yeah, it could just be any legendary permanent that comes to mind on the screen right here.
And you got black, green, and blue. I mean, there are tons of really, really good legendaries in those colors
Yeah,
as well.
Muldrotha. Who knows? Who knows what
Yeah.
pops up?
Yeah. Like I'm so me personally, I'm a little bit torn between A and S. What do you think?
I'd say A. I think it's super solid, but not super not broken.
Like
I
not
don't
quite
think Narset's
Narset
broken
level.
either, but Narset feels really right at S tier in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
especially
like
in the
it. I
vacuum.
like it a lot.
Nissa, Resurgent Animist. Elf Scout, 3/3, 2 and a green. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. Then, if this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an elf or elemental card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
I
Pretty
didn't
solid.
realize reading this card the first time that the word elemental was on there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can do a lot. I mean, it's interesting that she adds 1 mana of any color. You know, that
Yeah,
suggests that she
she's
can.
Lotus Cobra.
Yeah, pretty dang good card. Like genuinely, I think for 3 CMC, and being able to pull an elemental or an elf, and just throw it in your hand real quick. That's a pretty solid landfall ability in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's each turn, so you can do it, every one of your turns or on your opponent's turns, or anything like that if you got fetch lands lined up in your
Yeah.
mono green deck.
This is definitely not a one that I think goes in just any classic landfall deck, but it's definitely good for like an elemental deck or an elf deck for sure.
I
Like I
mean,
wouldn't throw this in like AC.
I I think I would. Like I like landfall decks a lot, but like I mean, at the very worst, it's just another Lotus Cobra, and Lotus Cobra is like
True.
a put Lotus Cobra in S tier. You know what I mean?
True.
I wouldn't put Nissa in S tier though. Let's put her in B.
She goes
B or
in
I say
B.
B or A. I don't know. I
I
think
think
she's
she goes
pretty
in
cool.
A because I think like the
If we're talking
ability's
about her
really
as a
good.
commander, I say B, but like in
As a
general, she's like A.
Nah, yeah,
Let's say
you're right.
B. I don't
No,
know. You do what you want.
as a commander, nah, as a commander, I think she's actually kind of okay. All
Yeah.
right, talk
The
about this
dragon,
freaking dragon.
he's an avatar too. Niv Mizzet Supreme. White, blue, black, red, and green. Wooburg for a 5/5 flying hexproof from monocolored. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard that's exactly 2 colors has jumpstart.
Um, yo, let
He's
me get
pretty
the Niv
cool.
Mizzet Supreme. You walk into McDonald's.
Oh,
Um,
by the way, jumps. I should probably say what jumpstart is. You may cast that card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs,
I love
then
that.
exile it.
I love Jumpstart. I think Jumpstart's a cool mechanic.
I think it is
I
too.
like it.
It's like flashback.
Yeah,
It is flashback basically.
it basically is Jumpstart Tribal. Jumpstart Tribal. But
I
that's
like it.
super
It's
cool because you can like keep
there's
discarding cards and then jumpstart and then get those cards back. Yeah, it's just good. It's just
yeah,
good.
and like you could because you know that your stuff's gonna have jumpstart. You can put like madness cards in here or um there's a card from Kamigawa where whenever you discard a card, you can play it until end of turn. So you could like the discard doesn't have to be bad if you know you're building into it. It's really good. And I think hexproof or monocolored is pretty. That's pretty relevant. It might sound
Yeah.
restrictive, but I feel like
I mean, some of the best removals in the format are monocolored.
a lot of the common ones, like generous gift, beast within, chaos warp, all those things are monocolored. The
Yeah.
only, I mean, I'm sure there's more, but off the top of my head, the only non-monocolored uh removal that's like really running rampant is like Assassin's Trophy, and that's just only
Yeah,
in
Assassin's
Golgari
Trophy.
decks, Golgari Plus.
Yeah.
So I think that the hexproof is gonna matter, and you probably won't know it matters because people won't be casting the spells.
Yeah, I think
But hey, it's pretty good.
the only slight thing holding it back, which it's understandable, is the fact that it has to be exactly 2 colors. But that's kind of like a fun. It's almost like a fun building restriction. I'll have fun building this deck.
There's a couple cards that already lean into exactly 2 colors. The last Nim Mizzet, whatever it's called, Reborn, I think, and then Invasion of Ravnica, the new
Hmm.
battle, cares about cards that are exactly 2 colors. So there's a little bit of exactly those 3 cards to build around.
Yeah, he's cool. Uh, he's also like between S and A for me again.
I would say either's fine.
I think he
Honestly,
goes to
S.
S. He's S, bro. Come on, he's Niv Mizzet. He's
Yeah,
cool.
it's in the Supreme.
Yeah, it's in the Supreme. Cool. All right, let's go on to the next one. Obnixilis, Captive Kingpin. Legendary creature demon, 4/3, for 2, black and a red. Flying, trample. Whenever one or more opponents each lose exactly 1 life, put a +1/+1 counter on Obnixilis and exile the top card of your library. Until end of your next step, you may play that card.
Next end step.
Oh, yeah, next at the until your next end step, sorry, you may play that card. That's important.
Yeah. I was like, next step. I
Your
thought I read it
next
wrong. I thought
step.
that would be a weird line of text.
Yeah, that would be really strange.
He's very good. I'm pretty sure he goes infinite with the card all will be one and you just win, right? I think so.
Most
So
likely.
that's pretty good. You just win by playing that enchantment.
Yeah, because you just put a +1/+1 counter on him, and then
and then
Yeah,
deal damage, and then put a
deal damage.
plus one
Yeah,
counter on him, and then yeah, that's pretty good. A 2 card combo is pretty strong. He's not super exciting, but like there's a lot of pingers that are do 1 damage in red. Um,
yeah. It's not
who knows?
doing.
There might be some in black. I'm not
It's not
sure.
doing a ton of things that Rakdos doesn't already do. I mean, it stayed within the confines of its identity here. It's kind of
Okay.
nice that he's a 4/3 with flying and trample for only 4 CMC. I mean, I think that's
Yeah,
pretty
he's
solid.
he's a good rate. I I'm not excited by him, but I think he deserves a spot in B or A. I think he's pretty good. Let's say B.
I'll
He's
give him B.
he's cool. He probably deserves an A, but because I'm not interested, let's say B.
Yeah, I'm actually in your same boat. All right.
Honestly, Pia Nalar, Consul of Revival, red and white for a legendary creature, human artificer, 2/3. Thopters you control have haste. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. We're adding more and more to this exile matters kind of archetype between like this and Prosper and Wolfman,
Yeah.
Valdorn.
Yeah. It might even start a revolution of exile. I don't know what that means, but
Are you just reading the flavor text? No, I think
maybe.
it's cool and like you can lean into it with like Cascade. Cascade's from Exile, I believe. Madness is from Exile. I don't know if there's any white Madness cards, but there's some red ones and the adventure cards, I think they're called from Storybook Land, Eldraine.
Yeah, I like that these things have haste. You know, a lot of these things where you're getting value from like casting things, the creature that you get doesn't have haste, but that is nice because you can set up for pretty big turns with that.
I mean,
Pretty
the
big things.
Thopter gets haste from the first line.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It doesn't seem mega powerful, but I can see a lot of synergy and build around and B tier.
Plarg and Nasari.
Woo!
It's an orc Efreet? Yo, Efreet? I haven't seen an Efreet before much.
Veyran.
5/4, 3, and 2 red. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. An opponent chooses a non-land card exiled this way. You may cast up to 2 spells from among the other cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. More cheating, more exile. I'm sensing a
What?
theme here.
Did I? I don't think I read this right the first time. What? So you get two. You get three. You get 2 things for free out of 3 things.
From the
That's
total, right? An opponent chooses a non-land card exiled this way. You may cast up to 2 spells from among the other cards exiled this way.
so you get 2 spells for free a turn. That's pretty good. I did not read this right the first time I read it. This is a pretty cool
And it
card.
includes your own. This is insane. This is like S tier.
I
This is S tier.
I say A or S. Yeah, that's really
This
good. I
is
didn't
S
realize.
tier.
I don't like that you have to wait until your upkeep, but that's fine. It's pretty good.
Gosh dang.
I don't know how
Yeah.
I read this the first time, but I remember reading it and being like, I don't like it, but it's probably because I didn't understand it because my reading comprehension is low.
Third grade level, baby.
3rd grade level. No, I like it a lot. It's like another like a big Dino Man. What's his name? Itali. It's like another Itali sort of deal. I feel like both. No, just the old Itali would go in the sticks. That's the red one, the mono red one.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I like this card. It's
Yeah,
good.
two
Another team up card. Pretty
two
cool.
freaking yeah, that's pretty cool. Cool. Yeah.
Plarg's pretty cool.
Plarg.
Plarg, Rocco, Street Chef, Naya. Red, green, and white for a legendary creature, elf, druid. He doesn't really look like an elf. 2 and a 4 at the beginning of your end step. I'm sorry, 2 and 4, not 2 and 4.
I didn't even think about that. I
At the
like heard
beginning
it.
of your end step, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until your next end step, each player may play the card they exiled this way. Whenever a player plays a land from exile or casts a spell from exile, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and create a food token. And more exiles matters. We need the five
Right.
color exile matter cards so we can throw them all in there. It's pretty cool.
I
I
like
would put
the.
it
I've always liked the idea of cards and like commanders that are giving other people things and then like you're benefiting them. It tends to not really, unless you're building pretty well or get kind of lucky. It tends to not win you the game, but dang, do you have a fun game?
sure. I would say B. It's like cool.
It's fun, and I think if you're playing casually, I think he's really cool. But if you're
Yeah.
playing to win, if you're playing at my table, yeah, go ahead, bring Rocco. He's actually welcome there.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this fast person. Samut, Vizier of Naktumun. It's a 2/3. It's a 1, a red, and a green. For a human warrior cleric. First strike, vigilance, haste. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, if that creature enters the battlefield this turn, draw a card. Haste tribal. In green red. Cool, cute, fun, boring. Uh, I don't know. It's like haste tribal,
I
freaking
like
B.
it.
It's like good. It's good, but it's
Yeah, I'd
just it's
say B.
boring. It's
I
boring.
don't know.
B for boring.
Wow. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I think its home is best in a Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
No, the Jund, not dragon from
I don't know. You're
New
you're the one
Capenna.
that knows all these things. I don't know
I know
anything.
cards. Yeah, it's like Ognis, the Dragon's Lash from New
Hmm.
Capenna, where like if it is something you have with haste deals damage, you make a treasure. Anyway, Samut's a B tier commander. Let's move on to Sarkon, Soul of Flame. 1, a blue, and a red for a legendary creature, human shaman. 2/4. Dragon spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, you may have Sarkon become a copy of it until end of turn. Except its name is Sarkon, Soul of Flame, and it's legendary in addition to its other types.
Does this work? This doesn't work on legendary dragons, does it? Or does it?
Yeah, because its name is still Sarkon.
Yeah, it's a different. Got you. Yeah, that's cool. You can pretty much always guarantee to have like another of the same dragon out.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. And he
Oh yeah.
makes your dragons 1 less to cast. Like,
Oh yeah, that'll help out with Astral Dragon. Like imagine Astral Dragon
mm-hmm.
coming in and then Sarkon becoming another Astral Dragon.
Well, then Sarkon isn't entering the battlefield. It doesn't really do anything. But
Oh, dang it.
I
I
don't know.
tried,
Like
folks.
static abilities are pretty cool. Honestly, I don't know how you're gonna abuse this. I can't think of any dragons that will off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are. Super solid as a commander. I would say C. He's. I'm sure there's some potential there, but I ain't seen it. In the 99, does work. Imagine an Dragon coming down and you get 2 triggers off of that. That's pretty good.
That's nasty. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane.
In the 99, real good as a commander.
Yeah.
As a commander, we move on to Sigarda.
Sigarda, Font of Blessings. 4/4. Angel. 2. Green white. Flying. Other permanents you control have hexproof. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast angel spells and human spells from the top of your library. Giving all your other permanents hexproof, that's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, the other stuff, like being able to cast angel spells from the top of your library is cool. Uh, it's simple. I would throw her in the 99
It's
though, personally, me. But not a bad commander at any. Like being able to give all your permanents hexproof in the commander slot. is pretty solid in my opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel like it's fighting in the slot with other cards that already exist, like Shalai and I don't know enchantments that give things hexproof already.
Yeah, I just like the fact that you can put it in the command zone is what I think is like kind of strong about it.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
pretty
Shalai
nice.
you can go in the command zone too.
Also, that yeah.
I believe it's the same mana cost, and she can give your stuff +1 counters.
Dang,
This
yeah,
ain't
she's
this
better.
ain't bad. I don't feel like it's the best option. I would say I would say C. I don't know if
Same.
you disagree or not. Okay.
Ah, yeah, she is C.
Tazri, stalwart survivor, 2 and a white for a legendary human warrior 3/3. Each creature you control has tap. Add 1 mana of any of this creature's colors. Spend this mana only to activate an ability of a creature. Activate only if this creature has another activated ability. And then it has Wooburg and tap to mill 5 cards and put all creature cards with activated abilities that aren't mana abilities from among the milled cards into your hand.
This makes me brain hurt. My brain hurty.
I'm not sure
What
what
you just
you
read.
do. I'm not sure what you do with this.
It's like activate abilities matters deck.
Yeah. And
Like
then,
you you just want like a bunch of creatures that have good activated abilities.
yeah,
And then it just randomly has mill 5 cards. I mean, that's
I'm
not
I'm
random. That's not.
I'm
But
ready to
like,
see this card across the table and prove me wrong. Off the top of my head,
I'm
I don't know what what's gonna happen. Like, what's the best thing that happens out of this? I guess.
yeah, I'd have to do some more research into this one. I'd have to be like, man, this is. I'd have to
Yeah,
just
let me
look
know in the
into it.
comments so I don't have to do any research on this guy, this lady, whatever whatever the gender is there.
I don't know what that thing is,
Last
but it
one.
scares me. Well, what's the
Oh,
wait?
where are we putting
What's the
this? I don't know.
tier? I was
Oh,
like,
oh,
um, B for big brain.
I'd say C. I feel like C is where I'm putting everything. Where I'm like,
I
it's
don't
cool, but I don't know what to
understand.
do. C is a tell me what it does in the comments.
Oh yeah, C for comments. There you go. All right, all right. Let's get on to this final one. Tyvar, the Bellicose. 5/4, Elf Warrior, 2 black and a green. Whenever one or more elves you control attack, they gain Death Touch until end of turn. Each creature you control has whenever a mana ability of this creature resolves, put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana this creature produced. This ability triggers only once each turn. These colors have a bunch of mana dorks, and then they're able to get like counters off of doing that.
And
Pretty
it
cool.
cares about elves attacking and getting death touch. Seems pretty strong to me. And he's a 4 mana 5/4 on top of it all.
Yeah, he's strong for yeah 4 mana 5/4. He's strong. That is crazy.
And like Merwin gets pretty crazy with this in the
Yeah, Marwyn.
99.
Holy crap! Yeah,
That's the
Marwyn gets
best card.
insane.
Yeah,
Holy.
because then she taps for mana, which gives her +1 counters to make her tap for more mana next turn, and
And it just gives
that
her
gets
even more +1/+1
that
counters.
gets beefy. Like, I feel like this is very powerful.
Yeah, this is actually pretty dang strong. And then
I
the death touch allows you to like keep swinging because nobody wants to block. That's pretty good.
I think this is a A or an S tier.
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving an. I'll give it an S in this vacuum, honestly, comparatively to a lot of the other commanders.
It feels very
Pretty strong.
strong. I
Yeah,
like it
that's a
a
strong
lot. I
one.
don't really have any reservations about it.
Yeah. Golgari's got some good elf commanders, man. I don't know what Golgari's doing. I don't know what they be wanting from these elves, but they got them.
I don't know. It's all about that Kaldheim stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Must be. Cool. Well, do you have any objections? Would you like to spin the wheel? Would you like to put anything in other places?
I I always think we're gonna change some stuff up, but this feels pretty right to me, at least as commanders. Things change when they're in the 99, but that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about commanders in the vacuum of the March of the Machines Aftermath set. Well, this is the definitive list.
the
And
100% list.
if you've got nothing more to say, then neither do I,
Uh,
Howie.
yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments about how wrong we are about every single choice we made.
Thanks and see
Thanks and see ya.
ya.